You are welcome to today's live session where I'm going to be talking about the 7 steps necessary to start a successful and sustainable non-profit organization in 2021 and beyond. Yes. If this is your first time of joining me, my name is Akpesiri. I am a professional strategist, a consultant, and a coach. I help passionate individuals unlock the impact and business in them. My personal vision has always been to provide you the resources, the strategies, and the support you need to accomplish your vision of making the world a better place. So I'll go right into it today. We're going to be talking about the 7 steps necessary to start up a successful and sustainable non-profit organization. Now, starting up a non-profit organization has never been easier. That is the truth. And though most of the information you need are online, but it can be very misleading. And once any information is misleading, you might not take action. And this is one of the reasons a lot of people have been stagnated with their non-profit vision. Of a sincerity, a lot of people know exactly what they want to do. People know the impact they want to create. The only challenge is going about, establishing an organization that can be able to deliver this impact. Usually with the least resources and the least effort. So today I'm going to be showing you just how you can do that, how you can start up your non-profit organization with the least effort, with the least resources, yet achieve the impact you've always had in mind. So I'm going to go right into it. Your 7 steps. The very first step to starting up your non-profit organization is clarity and vision confirmation. The very first question you should ask yourself is the impact you want to create needed? Trust me, you want to solve a pressing problem, because that's the only way you can be able to mobilize people to, work with you in bringing a solution. You don't want to work on problems people feel, well, we could just do with that, So the first question is this impact needed? You need to confirm your vision. You need to confirm your impact, so you don't go about, struggling and not getting any support along the way. Also, you need clarity. Why is this problem here in the first place, and why is this impact needed? Sometimes it's easy to look at a need or a challenge, and go about solving the symptoms rather than the root problem of the challenge. People might be experiencing food shortages, but you might be surprised that the reason for food shortages, there's an underlying problem. So you don't want to go about, just tackling food shortages and, allowing the underlying problem grow more stronger. So you want to tackle the problem directly from its roots. That's why you need clarity. That's why you need people to, you're going to have to go out to ask people who are experiencing the need and confirm that this need is a very viable need. It is pressing, and the people are willing to go ahead, to go get a solution to the need they're experiencing. So one of the ways you can get clarity and vision confirmation is through surveys and polls. You can run surveys, you can run polls to get people's suggestions and opinions on matters. You could run focus groups, interview community residents to know their thoughts on the need you're meeting. You can, do case studies. Take case studies, study of the need you are going into to see where the real need is. Study research publications, key stakeholder interviews. These are other ways you could go about getting clarity and confirming your vision. So once you've been able to confirm your vision, that your vision is a need that the people are really willing to work on, right? The next step is to write your first business plan. Now, business planning at this stage isn't because you want to raise funds, because a lot of people get this misconception that at the very beginning they're just going to put together a business plan that's going to help them raise funds and all that. No, The business planning at this stage is to give you clarity, is to help you understand the need, the challenge you want to meet. Business planning at this stage is to help you understand the resources you need to meet these needs. Business planning at this stage is to help you understand the people you need to be able to make your dream come true. Business planning at this stage is it's basically just to help you outline your ideas into a paper, create a systematic working document from your ideas. Well, the real importance of business planning here is two ways. One, to give you clarity so you could understand entirely what you're going into, and two, to help you recruit your board members. If you're going to be recruiting professionals, top quality people who are going to be working with you on your board, you're going to have to provide them some level of top quality information, and your business plan at this stage gives you that access, right? So that's what your business plan at this stage really is. I'm going to tell you of the plan you're going to need for fundraising. That's going to come sometime along the line. So what is going to be on your business plan? First, your vision. Why is this important in the first place? What are you looking to accomplish here? The next is your mission. The next, once you have your mission in, you can write about your impact strategy if you understand your impact strategy. Many at this stage do not understand their impact strategy, and that's okay, right? But you're going to have to, think about it. If you're going to want to impact the homeless, how are you going to do that? So that's basically your impact strategy. People you need to implement on your vision, skills you need on your board, professionals you need who's going to work with you. You're going to have to outline that down. The platforms that you're going to work with, are you going to be working with social media? Are you going to be working with churches? Are you going to be, or your website, whatever platforms you're going to need for your vision, outline them. Also, a brief description of your community you want to serve. You want to talk about the needs they have, the challenges, and a host of anything you can put together at this stage. Then, lastly, you want to talk about your startup budget. What are you going to need? What financial resources are you going to need to make this happen? So, for example, you're going to need money for a corporation if you're going to be filing for 501c3. You're going to need money for your business name search. So these are some of the expenses that are going to be coming up first. So these are going to be stated in your business plan. So like I told you, the business plan is to help you define your impact, its feasibility, the resources you need, and help you build your team so you can proceed to register your organization. As at this point, your business plan is going to help you raise money. You're going to raise money, but that happens with your strategic plan. So now you have your business plan. It's time to proceed to build your board. With the clarity you have, you can now be able to talk to people, let them know what you're going into, the vision you're trying to build. And if you've taken your time to write the business plan, convincing people to come on board wouldn't be a difficult task. And providing them a business plan that gives them some sort of direction on where you're going to is a very big win for them. So with your business plan, you proceed and go about spreading your message, talking to people with the hope of recruiting your board. So your board is basically a team of 3 to 5 people who are going to provide the fiduciary responsibility for your organization. They're going to ensure your organization gets the financial support it needs, the legal governance, everything. Basically, it's your board is the owner or the founder of your organization. It's not just you. So building your board is very critical if you don't want to go into your vision alone. If you go in alone, it's going to be very stressful, and I tell you, I've been there. You don't want to be there. So, but building your board means going in with quality people who can work with you through the process, and that's a big win for you. So you have to go out to your business plan, recruit a team of 3 to 5 people. Now, there are some specific ways you can go about that, but I'm going to give you the easy and short way. Define the people you need on your board. Define the skill sets. Define the values you want them to have. Go about on social media, talk about your vision. The people who are asking you, people who are really interested in the vision, sieve them through this criteria you've created and then proceed to recruit them in. Of course, there are a number of documents you're going to need for this process as well. We have a board application document and all that. So you're going to need somebody to put you through on that and provide you those documents, or you're going to have to create them on your own. So now, let's say you've been able to go out there, you've recruited 3 to 5 solid people who are eager and willing to work with you, people who are willing to take action. Now it's time to come together as a team and create your first strategic plan. Now, it is critical. This strategic planning process is really critical for a number of reasons. First, remember you don't want to go in alone. So it means if you're going to go in with people, they are going to have to feel a sense of ownership of the organization as well. And you do that through strategic planning process. You give them an opportunity to air their views, give them an opportunity to have an ownership of the organization. That's what strategic planning does for you within your organization. And outside your organization, strategic planning helps you build and bond with your community, because one of the process of strategic planning is actually going about collecting data, researching your community. This could give you a good opportunity to talk with your residents, find out what they are really going through, and build prospective partnership and support you're going to need for your programs in the future. So creating a first strategic plan is really critical. There are a number of information that has to be on your strategic plan. Or I think I should just give you the strategic planning process. The planning process is quite straightforward. First is creating a shared vision. Even before creating a shared vision, you should create some form of a schedule of activities for your board, so everybody knows what you're going to be going into. Once you have that schedule of activities and shared with your board, the first step is to create a shared vision, and that involves a meeting with your board members where you all come together, to create a shared vision. There's a process to that, and you're going to have to learn that. Once you have a shared vision, you can now proceed to research on the need your shared vision meets within your community. That's now the data collection stage. A number of people call it community analysis, community needs assessments. There are a number of names to this, but the central message is collecting data that is in aligns with the need you want to meet. This is to ensure you meeting the need. Like I told you, you're not tackling the symptoms, but you're tackling the root of the problem. So you need data to be able to do that. So once you have your data, you should be able to see where the trend lies. You should be able to see where the needs are, right? So with that, you can now develop your strategic goals. Strategic goals are basically goals that, when achieved, help you meet 1 or 2 community needs. So you've been able to identify the need. You now know this goal will help you meet this need, right? Once you have those goals, it is time to build your programs around these goals. It now means your programs help you meet a strategic goal, and a strategic goal helps you meet 1 or 2 community needs. This is the line of sequence. So strategic planning process is a quite intense process, and you might need a professional for that to help you facilitate your board through the process. But once you're done with your strategic planning process and you have your strategic plan, which should include your budget, your community assessment information, your funding and partnership strategy and plan, and a host of every information that's necessary to go in there, you can now proceed to incorporate and register your organization. A lot of people find incorporation and registration difficult, and that's because they don't have the necessary information to go about it. I'll tell you this: governments around the world have been doing all they can to really simplify this process, and they've done a very good job. A lot of countries around the world, you can actually incorporate or register your organization or your business by yourself using your computer. It's that easy. But what you need is the information. So for people in the United States, the information you need for your to file for your 501c3 and a good part of the incorporation within the state as well is details of your board members, your strategic plan, which contains a work plan, your bylaws, and your conflict of interest statement. With these, registration is as easy as possible. It's just about putting these information into the forms provided, and you will get your approval in no time. So now you registered, your name is confirmed, your name is approved. You have to now proceed to develop the resources, structures, and processes you need to power your vision on a daily basis. The resources, structures, and processes you need to power your vision on a daily basis. So depending on the kind of impact you want to create, it will depend on the resources you have to create. So for example, if you're going to be dealing with volunteers, you have to create resources like a volunteer handbook, If you're going to be marketing, you should create resources like your marketing materials, your marketing messages, your flyers. If you're going to have to create like a roles and responsibility, like a job description for board members, board officers. A host of activities, a host of resources that are needed to be created. Depending on your impact, you have to create them. So structures could include creating a website. A website is a critical structure. Setting up a bank account is a critical structure. What else? Your social media pages are critical structures you have to set up. Fundraising pages are also critical structures you have to set up. So these are like the structures. They are basic structures you have to set up to help you power your vision on a daily basis. What are the processes? Processes could include donation processes, fundraising processes, marketing funnel. Depending on your impact, there are resources, there are structures and processes you have to put in place. And it is critical you do this, especially at the startup, because you don't want to go out there and risk your credibility. By marketing and not having these resources and structures in place, you might risk your credibility. Imagine you going out there to ask for donations and you don't even have a donation pathway that simplifies the process for your donors. A donation pathway that automatically provides them a donation letter at the end of the donation, an easy click on putting your credit card and you donate. So these are processes that have to be put in place. So once your resources, structures, and processes have been put in place, you can now proceed to implement on your vision. The good thing is, if you've done a good job with your strategic plan, you should know exactly what to do to begin to implement. Because the strategic plan should include your programs. It should include the budget to meet your programs. It should also include a fundraising and partnership plan. So you can start by working towards implementing your first program and also working towards beginning your fundraising activities as your plan already stipulates. That's simple. Implementing doesn't have to be difficult. It is simply working with your board, carrying them along, and giving them an opportunity to achieve their vision through your organization. Some critical things you could do could be appointing officers over critical aspects of the organization. For example, putting board members over program development, program implementation, putting board members over organizational development, talent sourcing. That's one. That's appointing leaders on different pillars of the organization. Another way could be helping your board get small wins. Small wins help people stay motivated. So you don't want to take them at the beginning stage towards hard or difficult tasks. You want them to give them some form of win that's going to keep them motivated, so they can keep giving in and doing more. Other things you could do is stack your impact, make your impact available in a very large scale. For example, if you have your impact on one scale, you can actually enlarge your impact. For example, if let's say we have a 7-step process to get somebody from homeless to stable, you could actually put that 7-step process into a book, and that could impact over 1 million people outside your reach. So that's another level of optimization you can actually get to. Rebranding your websites and doing a whole lot of other good stuff. These are implementations and optimization. So like I told you, starting a non-profit organization has been easy, but like I told you, you need the right information, and that's what this has been all about. I hope you've been able to learn something today. I hope you've been able to learn the critical factors that are important in helping you start and establish a successful and sustainable non-profit organization. I'm going to be seeing you some other time soon, and I'm going to be bringing you more content, better ways on how you can go about taking your organization to the next level. So for now, stay blessed, have a great day, and I'll see you again when I see you.